I don't trust Red Wing.
You
Hold
don't-
on a minute.
You don't have to trust Red Wing. But I'm gonna go see if he's right. 'Cause I have a feeling they might be a part of the Big Three.
What Big Three?
The Big Three.
What Big Three?
Androids, aliens, and wizards.
That's not a thing.
That's definitely a thing.
No, it's not.
Every time we fight one of the three.
So who are you fighting now, Gandalf?
How do you know about Gandalf?
I read The Hobbit in 1937 when it first came out.
So you see my point.
No, I don't. There are no wizards.
Doctor Strange
Is a sorcerer.
A sorcerer is a wizard without a hat. Think about it, right? I'm right. I just came up with that. It's crazy. But look, that's not the point. These guys aren't magical, all right? They use brute force, just like you. The incredibly annoying guy in front of me with the staring problem.
I'm coming with you.
No, you're not.
1 minute to drop off, Sam.
So what's our plan? Great. So no plan.
30 seconds!
Enjoy your ride, Buck.
No, you can't call me that.
Why not? That's what Steve called you.
Steve knew me longer, and Steve had a plan.
15 seconds to drop.
I have a plan.
Really? What is it?
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. And yesterday, Marvel released 2 exclusive clips for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And there are a few really important parts that we have to talk about that happen in these clips. Now, I've seen episode 1 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and only episode 1, so I just want to state that neither of these scenes are in the first episode. So my breakdown of these 2 scenes is not going to be because I know what happens, it's going to be my speculation and tying things together. Specifically the Captain America callback and the Super Soldier program. The first scene that they give us, which is part of the same scene but split into 2, is pretty important because Sam is talking about the big 3 that he just made up: androids, aliens, and wizards. Now what he's talking about is the Flag Smashers. He's saying that they could be a part of these big 3, but he says that he doesn't think they're magical. He says that they use brute force, and we've seen the Flag Smashers kind of give Bucky a run for his money and Sam in several of the trailers and clips that they've released. Now it's not really mentioned at any point in any of the clips that they give us, but we pretty much assume that they are somewhat some type of super soldiers. That's why they use brute force. That's why they're kind of kicking Bucky's butt, who is indeed himself a super soldier. So it's widely believed that we're going to explore the Super Soldier program in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which goes on to become the Weapons Plus program and the Weapons X program, which is responsible for a lot of mutants. So there's a lot that goes behind this, and it looks like we're going to be getting into it because Sam goes to explore, and of course Bucky follows. Which brings us into the next scene. The next scene starts off with Sam and Bucky having a staring contest, much like the one that we saw in the other trailer that Marvel Studios gave us. Now, the reason they seem to be having this staring contest is because they have a mission and Sam is yet to come up with a plan. Bucky is used to working with the good old Captain America Steve Rogers, who always had a plan, and this scene right here is actually a mirroring of the scene from the Avengers with Captain America and Iron Man. In the Avengers scene, when they're on the Quinjet, Thor comes, takes Loki, and leaves. Iron Man is about to go after him, and Steve says, "We need a plan of attack," and Tony says, "I have a plan, attack. Therefore, I don't really have a plan," and he jumps out. And that's basically what happens here. Sam calls Bucky Buck, and he says, "You can't call me that because that's what Steve used to call me." And remember that Falcon and Sam aren't really that close. They're kind of frenemies. Their connection is Steve. They don't really have a connection to each other on their own. Steve always brought them together. So Bucky's not that comfortable with Sam yet and says, "You can't call me that because Steve used to call me that. He's my best friend." And he had a plan. Sam says he has a plan, but then he jumps out the plane without saying anything. And if you listen closely, when Sam jumps out the window, you can hear a little repulsor blast, much like Iron Man's. Play the... And you actually find out why in the very first episode, which is a setup for everything that is about to take place in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So those are the first scenes that Marvel has given us. Let me know what you think about them in the comments down below, and let me know how excited you are for the upcoming show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And do you think we'll see the X-Men? Be sure to subscribe for future videos, like this video if you enjoyed it, and for live updates you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.